And Sandy King and I were troublemakers, and we did our Women for Trump rally in Albany because we do support our president, and from the beginning. And so, but anyway, thank you very much for your time and your answers today. I am going to, well, actually, I have one more question. And I just want to know, will you, because in May we have a convention, and we'll be picking a candidate. Will you get behind the candidate that is selected at the May convention? That's a question as a chair, because we have to worry about that in New York. We want to make sure that we're getting it's more difficult, obviously, to win an election in New York as a Republican. And so it's really important that I think that we're unified. So I want to know, will you make the commitment right now, today, to get behind whoever our Republican candidate is after the convention?
I guess I'll start. I'm not in a position right now to make an unequivocal endorsement of a candidate who I don't even know who it's going to be yet. John mentioned earlier, there's attempts right now within the Republican Party to find somebody other than the three of us to run, and they may do that. So to be able to say at this point, I'm going to unequivocally support somebody that I'm not sure who it's going to be is not responsible. I don't believe that a Republican primary is going to be injurious to this ticket. Right now, none of us have the recognition that we would like to have as we enter this election cycle. So a Republican primary might be very helpful to get exposure to whomever the Republican candidate is going to be, to allow us to articulate the issues in our vision. That might be very helpful in an effort to beat Andrew Cuomo, who has $30 million to spend. And he's going to unleash those dollars on one of us, trust me. So a primary may not be harmful. It may be very helpful in allowing us to get our message out and to be able to connect with voters, to be able to have a chance to go into November to take on the 800-pound gorilla with $30 million of probably illegally received monies from his pay-to-play operation.
I have a different view. I trust, Tricia, in the judgment of the county chairs and the state committee people who are going to be making this decision at the May convention, and I will get behind whoever you choose as the gubernatorial candidate. I think it's important, given the challenge of unseating Andrew Cuomo, that we do unify and not spend the summer all the way up to September determining who the nominee is. My position, and I've made it earlier, is that I am the most electable candidate because I have that upstate base as well as that downstate credibility based on relationships where people know me, they understand me, and will be able to support me in a way that will not only elect me, but I do believe that if I'm at the top of the ticket, it will be an asset to candidates running down ticket as well, to help everyone in the Republican conservative parties running for office this year.
I have been to many of these forums since August. We're meeting with chairmen and so forth. I have said unequivocally at every one, I will support the candidate. And as far as it being healthy, when there's a primary between two Republicans, I'd like to hear one of them when it was healthy, other than each taking shots at each other. That's number one. Number two is it's tough enough to raise from $1.5 million to $30 million, or as close, whatever you can raise. If I'm spending the whole amount in a primary, you can't defend yourself over the last month of the election. So it's totally destructive. So I will repeat what I've said over and over again, and that is that I will support the Republican candidate for governor.
Gentlemen, 60 seconds why you're the best candidate. 60 seconds. Why are you the best candidate?
Well, let me say that this election is about change, it's about hope, it's about new ideas. It's about who best can win. I have proven that I have the ability to win in a democratic County with almost a 4-to-1 Democratic-Republican overlay. I believe that the message I have is one of change, hope, and opportunity. I believe that if the Republican Party continues to use the same playbook that we've used for the last 12 years, the last 3 election cycles, we most likely will come in second. Coming in second means you're the first to lose. I don't like to lose. I think that I have the best chance. I have a proven track record. I'm the only candidate on this dais today who can say that he cut property taxes 30% over my career in government. And I believe I have the strongest hand. And I look forward to the opportunity to meet with you, discuss these ideas, to collaborate with you, and find the path to victory. I think I'm the guy. Thank you for this opportunity to address you today. And I look forward to working with you throughout this campaign.
I'd like you to remember 3 Ps. My profile, my proven outsider track record, and the power to win. I've already talked about my profile. I won't go into that. I already talked about my proven track record as an outsider, so I won't go into that now. But this is about who is the best candidate to take on Andrew Cuomo and beat him. You know, I'm somebody who can, you know, go into those areas across the state. I'm not just talking about in New York City, but in inner cities in Buffalo, in Rochester, in Syracuse, in Albany, in Utica, and votes that the Democrats, especially Andrew Cuomo, have taken for granted. I can go head-to-head, toe-to-toe with him, make him compete for those votes, and win some of those votes. And that's going to be the key to unseating Andrew Cuomo in November, and I'm the candidate who can do that.
I disagree with both of the gentlemen. I'm the candidate that can win. First of all, I've never lost an election. My record isn't something and something, it's whatever it is, 17-0. And the reason is I will not allow myself to lose, period. When I have these leadership abilities that I think are important. I was on the city school board, Syracuse. There were more Democrats than Republicans. They selected me as their leader. They selected me. I was president of the city council. I was captain of my high school baseball team, my college baseball team. I've always been in leadership positions. I've taken it to Cuomo already. The mention was made earlier about the signs. I had a news conference in Albany a week and a half ago, taking him on about these signs. And I was down at the courthouse already, and at the courthouse where the case is going on, asking Cuomo to man up. I'm tweeting every day. Lastly, we have a team that's unbeatable. I started with someone else, it didn't quite work out. Mike Lawler is campaign manager. He's been around the state 4 years ago. I have something else that Astorino didn't have. I have the support of the Republican Senate, which he didn't have the last time, which is huge, because they're all over the state. In addition to that, I got a fundraiser. The fundraiser I've hired lives in Manhattan now. She used to live in Miami. Her name is Ann Herberger. And she raised money for Jeb Bush, all right? He raised a fortune. I know he was the front runner, but she knows how to raise money. And she's now living in Manhattan. So we're not just waiting for a nomination. We're running the campaign right now. And I would really support the people from my backyard in becoming that candidate. The sooner we can get a candidate, the better we're going to be and the more likely we're going to win this race. And I would really appreciate support. I've lost one thing. I lost majority leader by 2 votes. And 3 people from this region voted against me. We would have had an upstate leader. Let's not make a second mistake. We can win this thing and we'll do it together. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. At this time, thank you so much for your time and for your responses. And I know it went over a little bit longer than we wanted, but I think there were some really great questions, and I appreciate all your dialogue in this. So yes, you can go right back to the audience and relax after that grilling. And thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. And they'll be available afterwards if you have more specific questions. But at this